I have proof that Kamala Harris's economic plan is going to be a success. We've tried it before, and it worked. Her general thesis is that you just tax the wealthy, tax corporations more, and give that savings back to the middle class in tax credits and increased services. That is precisely what Bill Clinton did. When he wasn't cheating on his wife or ripping great saxophone solos, this dude presided over the best economy in the US in the last 50 years. Unlike some other presidents, he has the policies and the data to back it up. So what exactly did he do? Well, first thing he did was sign the Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act in 1993, and that raised income tax for the wealthiest 1.2% of Americans by about 8%. And it also raised taxes on corporations. I want to bury the lead. If you look at this, in 1998, the effects of the bill helped the US federal government to experience its first budget surplus since the 1960s. And that is the truth. He inherited a pretty severe budget deficit from Bush Sr., got rid of it, surplus, and the surplus has never come back since. And it wasn't just a deficit. I mean, the stock market, he's in a league of his own up there. GDP growth since the 1970s, he's #1. Better than Reagan, who most Republicans adore because of his economic success. Clinton was better. Median household income, that's where Clinton comes in. That's where Clinton left. Did a pretty good job. Poverty rates went down under Clinton and started to go back up under Bush. His list of accomplishments is just long. 4% GDP, 22.5 million jobs created in 8 years, median income up $6,000, unemployment its lowest level in 30 years, lowest inflation since the 60s, highest home ownership rate on record, and 7 million people out of poverty. I mean, he hit home run after home run on the economy. And of course, when you enhance the economic situation of the middle class and lower class, you're going to see a pretty significant drop in crime, which is exactly what we saw. So the truth is, this guy had the best economic record since pretty much FDR, and his policies were almost a one-to-one with Kamala Harris. The most critical difference between Clinton and Harris is that Clinton had some corporate deregulation, whereas Harris is looking to regulate corporations. And the primary reason why that's different today than back when Clinton was president is because the amount of corporate power has dramatically increased. You'll see that the amount of market share owned by these monopolized corporations is just extremely different from when Clinton left office. So she has a different set of circumstances to respond to. But in general, their economic thesis is almost an identical structure. So if the economy of the early 90s to the late 90s is something you're interested in, and you might think that you'd do better in that, don't vote for Trump. Vote for Harris, because Harris's structure is extraordinarily similar to what Bill Clinton did. There are differences here and there, but the general idea is put a heavier tax burden on the wealthiest Americans and corporations and give the relief back to the middle class and the lower class. Clinton did it. It worked like a charm across every metric imaginable. It can work again.